Hello, my name is Vince, and my topic is Israel and Iran war. So, what caused this conflict in the first place? Israel and Iran used to be allies up until 1979. Iran was one of the first states to recognize Israel as a state and became an ally against the Arab states. After Irani, after the Irani revolution in 1979, Iran founded a new regime. This new regime opposed Western influence because its leader, before the revolution, had aggressive westernization policies and was very corrupt. Since Israel had ties with Western countries like the US, Iran saw them as an enemy or a threat. They also heavily criticized Israel's occupation of the Palestinian territories. Since 1985, Iran and Israel have engaged in a proxy conflict. When Israel sent troops to Lebanon to intervene with their civil war, Iran also sent troops to support the Lebanese militia and Hezbollah. And in the Israel-Palestine conflict, Iran backed Hamas. Israel supported Iranian rebels and used airstrikes against Iranian allies in Syria, killing an Iranian nuclear scientist and directly attacking Iranian forces in Syria. So, how has this conflict developed? In 2024, the conflict escalated. On April 1st, Israel bombed an Iranian embassy complex in Syria, killing multiple Iranian officers. In response, Iran seized Israeli ships and launched strikes against Israel. Israel then retaliated by launching their own missiles towards Iran. Then on July 31st, the Hezbollah leader and the leader of Hamas were assassinated. Again in October 2024, Iran launched missiles at Israel and Israel launched missiles back. On June 13, 2025, the 12-day war began. It started as a surprise attack. Israel bombed military and nuclear facilities in Iran, assassinating military leaders, nuclear scientists, politicians, killing civilians, and destroying air defenses. Iran responded with over 500 ballistic missiles and thousands of missile drone strikes, hitting civilians, one hospital, and military and government sites. The U.S. later intervened, which led to Iran striking U.S. military bases. The conflict ended with a ceasefire on June 24th. On February 28th, 2026, the U.S. and Israel launched a surprise attack on multiple cities, killing the leader of Iran and the officials. Iran sent airstrikes and drone strikes to Israel using U.S. bases, and other countries affiliated with the U.S. Prior to these strikes, Iran had one of the largest protests since the revolution, which led to the Iranian military forces killing tens of thousands of civilians. The U.S. responded by threatening military action, which led to the strikes in February. This war So how does this affect the people? This war has severely affected civilians on both sides, with thousands killed, their homes destroyed, or displaced from their homes, creating mass fear and dread for their future and safety. The war has also affected the global economy, with higher oil prices and concerns rise with talks about possible recession. Can this conflict end with diplomacy? As of right now, tensions are too high for negotiations to be likely. The foreign minister of Iran has even said negotiation is off the table. In order for a diplomatic approach to be possible, both sides would have to agree to back off and negotiate a ceasefire. But if they refuse and both sides continue to launch missiles at each other, not much progress can be made. One option is for the U.S. to back off so tensions can die down. The main player in this conflict is Iran's fear of the U.S. and its westernization. If the U.S. announces that it will back off and won't try to enact regime change in Iran, negotiations may be possible but still slim. As of right now, tensions are still high and the conflict has no end in sight. Thank you for listening to my project.